This meeting is being recorded.
So, hello everyone. I see some AI agents joining. You guys didn't actually need to record anything because I will send you a recording. So don't worry about that. I will also send you the slides. Now it's 5 o'clock, so we can start. Welcome everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. So I'm going to be getting distracted by the AI agents. Yeah, so like I said, there will be recording. You don't need to record yourself. Yeah, let's start by getting to know each other. I would like you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Let's have a quick check-in before we start. I want to know where you are at building your personal brand and business online. So if you already have a personal brand or a business and you're actually posting to generate awareness and leads, give me a 1 in the chat. If you're planning to start a personal brand and business, give me a 2. Give me a 3 if you already tried, nothing worked, and you're frustrated and you give up. And 4 if you're just here because having followers is cool. So let's see what people are saying. Nice. So we have some 1s, some 2s. My first webinar. Need to attract people to follow me. Awesome. I love that. Cool. We can actually talk about webinars a little bit today. 1, 1, 2. Okay, so it's an interesting mixture of people who are just starting out and who are already doing that. Cool, and I see that Andrew shared that he's from UK. Maybe you guys can share where you are also from. So I'm right now in Vienna, Austria. I'd really like to know where you're from. We have somebody else from Vienna. Lithuania, also Vienna, nice. Hey, so many people from Vienna. Many people I might know already. Bulgaria, Sofia, nice, I've been there. Cool. Who else wants to share? Croatia? Oh, Stefan, hello. Yeah, and if you guys want to turn on videos so that we actually have a communication face-to-face, feel free to do that. Okay, so today we are gonna have I'm running, I don't know if you know, 4 master classes on building your personal brand online. Last week we were talking about building your personal brand narrative and how to tell your story to turn it into your competitive advantage. Today we are talking everything Instagram expert systems because they're different. They're not like influencers. We do it differently. Next week we will talk about LinkedIn, and then in January we will talk about content creation and then AI, and then I will be even doing a coaching week. So we have like a whole revenue of all kinds of things because I'm pre-launching Personal Brand University. So if you're joining and if you have time, any master classes, they're free, you'll learn a lot. Just be on my newsletter and I will be sharing what's coming up. And today I'm gonna walk you through Instagram system for experts. So I will tell you why most experts grow differently and often painfully slow. I will also tell you how to optimize your account so that people who land on your account start trusting you. I'll tell you which content types bring followers and which ones don't bring followers. I'll tell you also 2 easy systems, actually 4 in the end. Today I decided to change it and I'm giving you 4 systems, how you can monetize your following, how you can find your first clients from Instagram. And in the end, I'll share some bonus resources and templates, so make sure to stay until the end. So I want to do another quick check-in and make sure that you're in the right place today. This session is for personal brands. So for people, coaches, consultants, freelancers, experts, service providers who are running their own businesses, who are their own businesses, and who want to grow a long-lasting expert brand, who understand that reputation is everything, and they want to build in a strategic way online. And it's also for those who want to attract paying clients and have a real business impact. So it's not for influencers. It's not for lifestyle content creators, because the way you monetize audience as an influencer and as a business owner is completely different. It's also not for people who want some quick hacks and easy strategies, because unfortunately there are none. Like, it's a lot of work. And it's also not for people who just think that followers are cool. We are going to talk real business impact, and I'm going to be sharing real strategies. So if you feel like you belong in the right room, stay, you will learn a lot. All right, before we start, I will say a few words about myself. I see that there are some familiar faces, so you know me. Some are new. So I'm Angelica Tauber. I'm actually a former cancer researcher. So I moved to Vienna, Austria, 8 years ago to do my PhD. And then I quit science because I was way too creative. And I decided to go into marketing, and eventually I became a personal brand strategist. And right now I help bold founders, entrepreneurs, and brilliant experts build and monetize their personal brands. A few years ago, I founded Content Fudge, content marketing agency, where we work with business creators and experts to create content for them for LinkedIn, Instagram, and email. I'm also a lecturer. For the last 4 years, I've been teaching at Digital World Academy, meta ads, social media marketing. I've taught over 250 students, from marketers with a ton of experience to entrepreneurs who are just starting out and learning marketing. And I'm also launching my personal brand university. I'm relaunching it in January, so we are starting a new cohort. In case you are interested in building a personal brand, that might be something for you. So who are my clients and the clients of my agency? I work with Olympic athletes like Clemens Doppler, keynote speakers, tennis legends like Julian Nola, and really high-performing experts who understand that it's very important to have a good reputation, who understand that you need a professional online presence. And also, things that I'm going to share with you is not only the things that I do with my clients, I also am working on my own personal brand. So I'm very active on LinkedIn. Like, if you want to receive a lot of high quality content, you can definitely connect with me there. And actually, everything that I've learned over the years, like how I even came into social media marketing, was because of my dog. My dog is an influencer. When I got him, everyone was telling me, oh my God, he's such a cute puppy. You should definitely have an Instagram for him. So, like a typical millennial, I decided to do that, and I learned video editing, strategies, growth, everything through the account of my dog. We also earn through affiliate commissions. So I can kind of tell you strategies from like both sides, because I've been on both sides of an influencer and of a business owner, but we are focusing on expert branding today. Oh, that's the dog. The dog about. All right. So I want to kick off by breaking a few personal branding and social media myths. And first of them is that you need to post. Okay, sorry, I have to close the door. So, and the first of them is that you need to post constantly and go viral and grow to get clients. That is not true. So it might be true for influencers and lifestyle content creators, because this is their job. Content is their job. Brands pay them for the reach and the audience that they have, for the engaged people who trust them to buy from them. Now, we as business owners, service providers, are not like that. We are like this. This is our job. We have hundreds of jobs. We are HR, accountants, we are cleaning ladies, we are our own marketers. We also need to deliver the work for our customers. So we are our own CEOs and everything that you can imagine. So we cannot grow like influencers. So this is what I want you to really understand, that expert brands grow differently, and that's okay. The other thing, a belief that many people have is that content alone will bring clients. Now, it can, and I will show you examples of personal brand university students who had that, but most of the time, this is not the case, because people are not scrolling on Instagram just looking for somebody to give them their money. We are, in fact, in a huge trust recession right now. So if you've been struggling to find clients, to generate leads, everyone does. People are extremely skeptical. They've seen everything. They've heard everything. It's way harder to convince them. Sales cycles are much longer. Trust building is much harder. So you can't just sit there with your pretty content and hope that people will give you their money. That's not how it works. There are strategies that you can use to bring people to wanting to give you their money, and we will discuss that today. So, is there hope for us? Definitely. Instagram is a huge part of everyone's business, but it's not the whole business. Instagram is not the whole marketing. So I've met a lot of people, business owners, who were like, okay, I have my service, I have my product, I just need now an Instagram account, and there you go, like I have a business. No, Instagram is there to support your business. It's incredible at brand building. It's great for traffic generation, for visibility, but it's not a client acquisition machine, because everything that is algorithm dependent is too unpredictable and too uncontrollable. You cannot sit and hope, and you cannot make your rent, like your ability to pay rent and buy food, dependent on whether the algorithm recognizes your content or not. It just can't. You just can't. You will be frustrated, you'll probably be hungry, and you will give up the whole thing. So that's why what we do as business owners, we deplatform the people. We take the people from all the algorithm dependent platforms, LinkedIn, Meta, podcast, and we bring them into our own platforms, which is email. We will talk a bunch about email marketing. So yes, there is hope if you understand that Instagram is just a supporting part of your business, which is great for brand building, and but it's not your whole business. And there are things that you should do to make it work for you. The unfortunate thing, however, is that number of followers really matters, because people will judge you, how good of an expert you are, based on how many followers you have. Unfortunately, that's just the psychology of us people, because when we see a high number of followers, it means that others trust you. You must be worth listening to. That doesn't mean that if you're just starting out, go and buy yourself followers, because even if you have a high number of followers but low engagement, it will kind of look sketchy. But the number of followers matters. That's why the webinar today is how to get to your first 1,000, so that your account looks trustworthy, so that people stop and listen and hear what you have to sell. Now, it doesn't mean that you need thousands of followers. And I want to show you 2 examples of my students from Personal Brand University who didn't have thousands of followers. For example, Katka, when we just started working together, she had 1,200 followers, and most of them were bought. She told me that, honestly. So we created a strategy for her, and for 2 months straight, she was posting high value content, and she grew to over 4,000 followers. And now she keeps growing even without constantly posting, because content compounds. So everything that she posted back then brings you still followers now. But the thing is that she didn't just sit there and say, hey, I have 4,000 followers now, I have a business. No, because nobody was just telling her, hey, here's my money. What we did with her then, we took the best content and we launched ads. And because she had such a professional appearance, her ROAS, so return on ad spend, was 15. That means that for every euro that she invested in advertising, she got 15 back. That's insane. That's such cheap ads. You can very rarely achieve it. But if you have a build brand, if there is content that looks trustworthy, if you have a certain amount of followers, and if your account is optimized and you do good ads, she was booked out every single month. So like here are screenshots. She was texting me on WhatsApp. She was texting me on Instagram saying, I'm booked out from Instagram. My June is booked. My July is booked. I didn't even open Facebook yet. So you build your brand on Instagram, you complement it with an additional strategy, and there you go. You're booked out and you can grow and scale. Now, if you don't know how ads work, here's another example. Jennifer, another client of mine, she started with 200 followers. All we did, we optimized her account, created strategic content. She grew over 1 month to over 300 followers, but we didn't end there. She is a wealth manager. She's like really into networking and like talking with people and bringing them to working with her. So what she did, she felt very comfortable texting people. So she just sold in chat. She was texting every single follower saying, hey, what are you like? What brought you here? Where can I help you? And then she asked them for a free discovery call. And here's a testimonial that she wrote on my LinkedIn the other day. She said that so many inquiries came in within just a short period of time that she had to hire somebody to take over her work because she couldn't handle it anymore herself. And that this professional presentation led to clients traveling from other federal states in Austria to work with her here, which wouldn't have been possible if she didn't have this professional online presence and content online. So you don't need thousands of followers. Here are two very real examples of real people who did that with a small following, and that's what we're gonna discuss today. So I want you to give me a yes in the chat if you're motivated and if you want to know how we did that step by step. So let's generate some excitement. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's go. I want to ask you to stay until the end, because in the end we will have a Q&A. You can ask me any questions. Like over the last 4 years, I've seen a ton of accounts, I've seen a ton of content. I'm sure I can help you whatever questions you have. And I'll also be sharing bonuses. So I will share 100 viral hooks, so like expert hooks, like what you can put in your carousels or reels. And I will also share a mini course on Notion about the truth of content creation, how you can do it. So you will be able to scan it from the QR code, and inside the course I included optimized Instagram carousel template, so you don't have to start from scratch. And then I also show you how you can build your expert brand with me next year. All right, let's start. I'm going to show you how to gain your first 1,000 Instagram followers and how you can turn them into clients as an expert brand. Let's go. We have a 5-step framework. Number 1, you need to understand what kind of account you are. Number 2, you need to optimize your account as a mini landing page. Number 3, we fill your account with the relevant first 10 posts so people trust you. Number 4, you use growth content system to drive traffic. And number 4, you follow the 4 monetization strategies that I outlined to turn your followers into clients. So let's start with number 1, what type of account you are. And I already briefly mentioned that you are an expert account. And there are actually 5 types of accounts on Instagram. You have curation pages. These are like that take content from creators and reshare it. Entertainment pages, normal business pages like brands, Nike, you know them. And you have personal and influencers pages. Those primarily monetize through deals with brands. And you have expert pages. These are us who are selling our service or our knowledge. And so today we are focusing on expert account types and how we grow and what we need to do for that. Step number 2 is optimize your account as a mini landing page. As an expert, it is extremely important that your account looks credible, professional, and trustworthy. So when people come and throw the first glance on your account, they feel like, okay, I think I can stop and listen because that looks credible. It looks like I can trust this person. If your account looks too unpolished, too authentic, how people would say it, then we would really question, like people would really question your status as an expert. And if you weren't there last week at the webinar, I explained 5 types of positionings that a solopreneur like us can have online, and they range from an expert to peer to a curator. So if you're a peer, that's okay to kind of have unpolished content, super like simple selfies and videos. But if you are positioning yourself as an expert, you have to look credible. So let's look at how you make your account look credible. We start with optimizing the following 6 elements. First comes your profile picture. It has to be a professional headshot, clear picture where you can see the whites of your eye with the brains and background. Don't overthink it. Do it like this. This is how top experts do it. So you will not lose anything if you follow their examples. Your profile picture is so important because you see it everywhere. Wherever you're tagged, wherever you comment, people see your picture first. So make sure that you make the right first impression. Second thing is the handle. Handle is the thing above here. This should include your name or your brand name, depending on how you appear online. And optionally, you can also include keywords, because your handle and your headline over here are the only 2 searchable places in your account. So if you include keywords here, then your account will be discoverable when people look for accounts. Now, headline, this is where you include your name and you fill it up with keywords so that people can find you. Next one is bio. This is your elevator pitch. This is a very clear statement that says whom you help, why they should listen, and what they should do next. And then we have very underrated things that in their highlights, but these are actually such strategic places where you can explain who you are and what you do. You can tell your origin story, like in the start here highlight, and you can tell them, okay, what you're doing now and how they can contact you, like your potential clients. You can also use one of your highlights to deplatform the people. So you can share something for free and say, hey, this is the link. And there you can download the freebie and you get the email address and you use an email file, for example, where you call these people and you try to convert them. And then another thing, as always, especially in the trust recession, we have to provide a lot of social proof. So we need things like client wins, testimonials, results, success stories that shows that what we are offering actually works. And the pin posts over here on the top, they follow the exact same principle, because some people look at the highlights, some people go directly to the pin post. So we want to maximize all the people that we are catching who come to our account. So we should also have a pin post that is alternative to our start here highlight, that tells your origin story, tells what you do now, and tells them how they can make the next step with working with you. Then you can also use one pin post to deplatform people and bring them into your own platform. And you can, the third one, usually I leave it kind of free. You can include client results, or you can pin your best post, like something that is brand building. So people, when they see, they right away understand what your account is about. So I want to tell a few more words about what you write in your bio, because this is one of the first things that people read, and if it is clear, then they might consider staying on your account and following you. So the first sentence has to be, what is the value you offer? And there is a very easy formula to how to say that. Usually it's I help XXX, so your target audience achieve XXX. So like whatever is the transformation that you're offering, and make it short and clear. Don't be clever, don't be smart or original. Just make sure that it is crystal clear so people know what you're offering. Line 2 in your Instagram bio has to provide social proven context. So that's usually number of years of experience, number of clients, number of students, amount of revenue you've built, something that proves that whatever you're offering actually works. And if you don't have anything yet, if you're just starting out, which might be the case for some of you, usually we are our own first clients. So very often we go through something that we then take and turn into our program or product or offer, so we can describe our own transformation. And when I was starting to build my personal brand online, I actually didn't want to write, I worked X amounts of years as a marketing manager in startups. I actually didn't want that startups contact me at all. I wanted to work with people. So like, I didn't want to mention that at all. So what instead I wrote was cancer researcher turned personal brand strategist. And that gave me also a ton of authority, because I don't know how it is in your countries, but in Austria, science titles, PhDs are so valuable. So people were like, oh, okay, yeah, she must know what she's doing. So that gave me a real, head start. And then you should always end with a clear call to action. So the last line in your bio has to tell people what they need to do if they want to work with you. So for example, you can DM, you can ask them to DM you, you can tell them to book a free consultation, you can ask them to join your next cohort or wait list or download something. Always tell them what to do. Do not make them think and wonder. So I just want to show you a quick example of another student from Personal Brand University who has a tiny account. She just started. But what she did, she optimized her account the way I just described. So she included keywords in her headline. So anyone who is looking for an emotional well-being coach for moms, like, we wrote in her bio exactly what she does, like an amazing transformation. She wrote helping overwhelmed and angry moms find calm, balance, and joy. She then came to a lecture and she was like, oh my God, I optimized my account and suddenly I got new followers even though I haven't posted any new content. Because now by having keywords, her account is discoverable, and because her bio is optimized, people actually understand what she does. And even that small change brought to a big win. So what I want you to take away from this step is that your account should be an optimized strategic landing page. Don't do story dumps. Don't include anything irrelevant, which you think is cute or maybe can be a leftover if that used to be your personal account. Only focus on what is relevant for your business so that your audience is not confused. Your goal is to look credible and trustworthy when they come to your page. Okay. Now we go to the next step. The next step, if you're starting from scratch, is to fill your account with at least 10 posts that make people trust you enough to follow you. And usually they will be a post, one of those pin posts that we talked about, who you are and what you do, your offer. You can do like one of the freebies, and you should include at least 8 brand building posts. So what are brand building posts? These are the type of posts that in the title very clearly have the keyword for your niche, so that when people come to your account, they understand, okay, yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. So for example, you can have posts that say, that answer how-to questions in your niche. Like for me would be how to build a personal brand, how to tell your personal brand narrative, how to monetize your personal brand in 2026. So any kind of how-to question, but it has this personal brand, it has the quick payoff of like what people get when they read the post till the end, and it makes it clear what kind of coach I am, what kind of professional I am. Alternatively, you can also write like 10 top myths in XX niche, like in personal branding, or top 10 mistakes when growing an Instagram account. or you can do top 10 collections, suggestions, books. The goal here, when you're just optimizing your account, is not to go viral. The goal here is to make people understand what your account is about, so that they decide whether they follow you or not. And if you don't know, if you don't have any ideas what to include in your first 10 posts, just take this, go to ChatGPT and say, give me 10 how-to questions in my niche or in my topic. And just don't overthink, produce that content, fill it up. This is just for you so that your account looks trustworthy. Now, the next step is where we talk about how to use the growth content to drive traffic to your account that is already optimized and looks trustworthy. And obviously, content is what drives traffic, right? But not all content, and you need to understand that Instagram content can serve 3 different goals. First goal is growth, so something that drives traffic. Second goal is nurture, something that creates a connection with the audience that already follows you and nurtures them to the next step, to take the next step in the sales funnel. And then content that converts, something that pushes them to the buying decision. And so what I want you to understand is that when we look at Instagram content and what you post, it can be broken down into these 3 categories. Top of funnel, so the growth content that attracts attention and drives traffic. Middle of the funnel, that creates connection and nurture. And bottom of the funnel, that converts. And so what you post is directly belongs to either one of these categories. And if you want to drive traffic, you should only post growth content. So growth content is this: problem, agitate, solution content, where you address your audience's pain points, you agitate them more, and then you give them a solution, some sort of framework, some sort of strategy, some sort of tools, whatever it is that your business offers. Tips, tricks, how-to questions, collections, everything is growth content, because this makes people think that they don't need to buy from you, that they can save this because it's so valuable and maybe apply to their business later. But the thing is that most of the people who save that in their collections, like I have hundreds, I rarely go back. I think you might know this feeling, but if they do save, if they do share, that's an incredible signal for algorithm that it is so valuable that you get more reach. So think about what can you create so people think that they don't need to hire you. And these are usually all these how-tos, tips, collections, and so on. Another thing that also drives a lot of traffic is contrarian beliefs. So content that's so polarizing that it starts engagement, like it starts conversation in the comments. And so the more comments there are, so it's also a signal for the algorithm to push it further. If your brand is the kind of brand that's less nurturing and teaching and more like, I'm gonna like be a trailblazer in the industry and I'm gonna like change everything. So you can start breaking the common beliefs and introduce your contrarian beliefs and be polarizing, and it will lead to engagement and reach. And then the other type of growth content is trends. Now, trends for experts are kind of dangerous because they don't always lead to the type of audience and followers that will be your buyers. I actually have a student who jumped on this dancing trend, and there was no words there. The hook was not really relevant to her business in any way. And then she got like a ton of followers, but they were all from India. And then the worst thing that happened was that algorithm tilted towards thinking that, hey, her audience and people who might be interested in her account are all in Asia. And so she struggled then for years to bring her algorithm back to showing it to the European audience. And that was like a lesson, a very expensive lesson for life. So I would recommend you to jump on trends only when it's clear from the context that it is a business reel, that it is somehow related to your expertise and what you're offering. Don't do any trends just because it might bring some sort of reach and followers, because it can also harm. So this is the growth content. And if you want to grow your Instagram account to the first 10,000 after you optimize your account for 2 to 3 months, every day post only growth content. Do not think about middle of the funnel, behind the scenes case studies. Don't think about it, because you can focus on just that many things in your business in addition to everything else that you're doing. So make it simple. Make it simple for yourself, that for 2-3 months you focus only on growth content and producing this type of content that drives traffic. And that content has to be so valuable that people think that they don't have to hire you. They will anyway, but that's the feeling that they have to have. Now, I don't want you to start creating content from ideas. I don't want you to even start creating content with ChatGPT or generating even ideas with ChatGPT, because the chances are high that you will go into a direction that does not really work. What we want when we are focusing on growth is to use pre-validated patterns. We want to use pre-validated ideas and pre-validated content that has worked already. That is why what we do, for example, with my clients and my students, we do a huge research to find content ideas with viral potential. That means content that has already gone viral. So if you do something similar for yourself and your niche, you will have a chance, or a higher chance, of going viral as well. So how do you find viral content ideas in your niche? You have 2 ways to do this. First, you can go to a bigger competitor or a complementary account and scroll through all of their content and determine what is the average views. So for example, this is Earthy Andy, one influencer whom I follow, and if you scroll through her account, her average reach is around 300,000. So for us, it might be viral, but for her, it's average. So we cannot be saving her average post, because these are not the ones with viral potential. We actually need to look for the ones that are 5 times or higher her average views, because these are the ones that shut out the most, and that can also work for you. So you scroll through your competitors and you save in your collections what worked 5 times or higher. And then you go through your collection and analyze it until you understand what made it work. Now, the other way how you can do this, you can go to, on your phone, that only works on the phone, you can go to the search tab over here on Instagram, and then you can go to Reels and then scroll through all of the content there, and also save only the top performing content to your collection. And again, sit down and analyze. So yeah, before I go to the other traffic sources, I just want to tell you like how I do that with my clients and my students. In the very beginning, when we create the strategy, we have an Excel sheet with like 100 viral posts in the niche. And then we just like write out everything that we notice about it, like what was the hook, what was the hook in the caption, what was the visual hook, because there are all these elements that are like the same, that drive, like that steal attention from scrolling to make people watch. So we analyze everything, and only then we start planning the content calendar for ourselves, and only then we start planning content that we produce for ourselves, so that we don't just waste our time on something we think might work. We use pre-validated ideas because they have worked already. Now, content is only one source of your traffic. You actually have so many sources of traffic. You can do collaborations, you can do cross promotions, you can do mutual PRs, you can do ads, you can go as a guest on a podcast and share your Instagram, you can actively participate in some sort of course and like also connect with people, you can organize events and like stick your QR code for Instagram on the presentation, you can comment on big accounts, you can host talks. There's so many alternative sources. You can like cross promote on other platforms. You can like share your Instagram account in Reddit. The thing is that content will start working only if you go through this whole optimization and really like looking for viral content ideas and like really, if you're like, I'm sorry for saying that word, but really anal about it, only then it will work. Or if you're so talented or so charismatic that people right away connect and watch, which is not the case for most. So your content will start working for sure. It will take some time, like if you're really diligent about what you do. But the first 500 to 1,000 followers are the hardest. So if I had to rank them based on like how hard is this to get to the 500 followers to 1,000 followers, like I'll give 5 stars of difficulty to the 500 followers because you know your account is small, people don't think you're trustworthy, you don't have so much content, so people might think that your account is dead, you probably are not producing very good content because you didn't develop the skills yet, because you didn't produce enough content to like become really good at it. And things become easier once you already like worked a lot, got to your first 500, and then you're going to your 1,000. And then I can tell you from my dog's Instagram account, I hardly post anything at the moment because I'm so focused on my business, but I'm gaining 50 followers at least every single day because content that you produce compounds. Everything that you produce before compounds, it will keep bringing you followers. And the best thing when you already had some viral content is that you can repost it. I reposted so many trick tutorials or behavioral trainings with my dog, and they still went viral. People still followed. And the best thing that Instagram has this trial reels thing that you don't even have to spam your existing followers. You can only push out the same top performing content to the non-followers. So you continuously bring in traffic and followers without even posting anything new. So that's what I do with my dog this year because I have no time to create content for him anymore. Hopefully next year. But yeah, this is like the different strategies that you can work, that you can use. So what I want you to take away from this section is that the first 500 to 1,000 followers are scrappy. And don't be afraid to be scrappy. Don't be afraid to, I don't know, drop your Instagram handle in the chat and say, hey, let's do mutual PR. I post about you in my story, you post about me. Let's like exchange followers. Go ahead, do that. No, go and wash cars for a follow. They are scrappy unless you're like really, really strategic about your content. But with the time, you will get better. You will understand what your audience wants to see, and it will get easier, and you will get faster, and your skills will explode, and you will understand how it all fits together so you can sustainably use that in your business. Now we are coming to the 5th step, is how to actually monetize your followers. And the very first thing is selling chat. This is what I already mentioned for Jennifer, that what she does a lot. Basically, this is when somebody follows you, you don't just let them sit there and hope that maybe they'll write to you. You write to them, you thank them for a follow, you ask them what they're struggling with, what brought them here, what interested them in your account. And then through a normal human conversation, you suggest your offer, like you can help them in a certain way, because if they followed you, then they might have the pain points and the problems that you are solving as an expert. So I'm going to show you an example of another student of Personal Brand University. She started with 225 followers this year. She optimized her account. She looks super professional right now. She has grown to almost 900 followers, and she had 2 reels, excellent reels that went viral. she didn't just like let those followers sit in there. She actually had communication with them, like a conversation with them, and she sold in chat. And like she also wrote a review for me that like now she has a growing Instagram channel and she went viral for the first time and finally getting leads directly from her Instagram. So, but that's not because she's just like sitting and waiting. She's doing something about her content and those followers that come. So this is what I want you to know as well. If you don't have any money for to invest into advertising, then do that. Then another thing that I want you to take away is that your content has to always lead somewhere. It has to have a relevant CTA. So if your goal is to monetize, let's say you were growing your account for 2 to 3 months, now you have those followers. Now you can focus for 1 month and just do like I don't know, a short Instagram launch and just push out conversion content. So you need to optimize all of your content so that it leads to the sale. So you can put it in the last carousel slide, and in the templates that I'm sharing today, you will see how I do that. For example, you can include a relevant CTA at the end of your reel. This is what Jennifer does in every single reel. She will say, if you want to know more, text me. If you want me to do that for you, call me. Like she ends every single reel with telling people how they can work with her. So do that as well. Now, the third thing that you can do is something already more advanced, and you need to be kind of good friends with technology and not be afraid of setting up automations and funnels. But this is, for example, what I do, because I don't use Instagram for lead generation. So I just use ManyChat automation to deplatform people. And then I have an email funnel that nurtures them into taking the next step. It's actually not so hard, and there are so many tutorials for ManyChat how you can do this. But basically, the principle is that when somebody follows you, they get an automated message that offers them something for free. They give you their email address and they get that free resource, and then you nurture them, or you can also ask for a phone number. And if you are more comfortable with doing cold calling, do that. It won't even be cold calling because they already know you, so it will be like warm calling. And the last thing that I want you to try is webinars or Instagram lives, and then upselling there, because we are in a trust recession right now. All these automations are nice, but people are so fed up with seeing the same stuff. They need to see you, they need to hear you, they need to see if this is the right energy, this is the right vibe for them. So you can run lives on Instagram every Sunday, for example. You can do some sort of webinars like this one, and you can upsell in the end. So these are 4 quite easy methods that you can start today. With the Sell in Chat, you can start today. I want you all to start today. If you are not growing with the content at the moment and you're just producing for the presence, optimize it so that at the end there is a relevant CTA. And if you're ready for the next step, try ManyChat automations, try webinars. If you do these 4 things, it will guarantee you an increased flow of leads, like 100%. And if you do it right, if you have a sales script, if you have an email funnel that nurtures people, it can lead to revenue as well. But you cannot just sit and hope that people will come and offer their money to you. All right, we went through the 5 steps. I'm going to quickly recap what we learned right now. So we saw that there are different account types and which one you are. We saw how to optimize your account so that it looks trustworthy. We also saw what type of posts you need to fill out your account with so that people trust you. Then you hopefully understood the whole growth system, like the whole content types that are divided like into the funnel, and which content types belong to which stage of the funnel. And I also showed you quite simple monetization strategies that you can start implementing today. So if you do this consistently, you will definitely grow, like a guarantee. Like very simple examples I showed you from very regular people, not beauty influencers, not very regular people. And if you add systems behind it, like webinars, ManyChat automation, you will be able to scale. So from here, you have two options. You can do it alone and continue posting. You can hope that the algorithm will recognize your content, because like if you don't have direction or guidance how to do it, you might continue doing it wrong. Yeah, you can be overwhelmed by a ton of to-dos and copy trends and hope for clients and watch others get what you would love to be getting, because you know that you're really good at what you're doing. But you don't have enough visibility and credibility to get those opportunities. Or you have another option, you can build your personal brand properly. And this is what I want for you. I want that today was like a shift inside where you saw that it's possible for regular people as well, for experts who are like really good, but they don't know the strategies and like the step-by-step systems that can help them build a brand, that can help them create content, to get visibility, to build their business architectures and offers in a way that they can make money to create their messaging and to create their automated lead generation. So I want that for you, because this is how real brands are built, and this is like what I do with my one-on-one clients. But this is also what we learn inside Personal Brand University. So before we go to the Q&A, I want to tell you just a few words about what it is. Personal Brand University is a 12-month guided program where we build and monetize your personal brand from scratch, or if you tried something and it didn't work, we will have a proven roadmap that we follow, live support, expert guidance, and a community with whom you can talk, exchange feedback, and it's just more fun growing together. So who is this for? Personal Brand University is for solopreneurs, service providers, coaches, consultants who are done playing small, like who know that they're good at what they do, but their online presence doesn't reflect it yet. Their sales systems are not optimized to actually bring them the opportunities that they deserve. So this is for those who doesn't need more random tips. They want a structured path from the beginning till the end, so that you can build a brand that is recognized as a go-to expert in the field and that can charge premium prices, because when your accounts look professional, when your website screams authority, people come to your online presence, they're like, this person looks like they know what they're doing. I don't mind paying a premium price for that. And this is what's it about in Personal Brand University. So what we do there exactly, this is like a whole 12-month program, like real like university. You even get feedback, homework from me. We meet every single week for live master classes where I give you proven and tested step-by-step roadmap from building a brand to launching your signature offer, like exactly how to do a live launch, how to host webinars, how to structure webinars, how to do your funnels, everything that belongs to monetizing your service and your knowledge. We also have weekly implementation sessions, because it's not like today that I'm talking, you're listening. We actually roll up our sleeves every single week and we implement what we learned, so you see progress every single week. We have an awesome community of ambitious entrepreneurs who will keep you accountable, who will drag you if you're like, can't do that anymore, and if you lose motivation. We all grow together. I share all of my AI agents and tools that I use in my agency. So everything that we do with my one-on-one clients and with the team, I give you everything so that you can save hours writing your content, writing your emails, writing your sales pages, so that everything that you create in Personal Brand University looks professional and credible. And we have monthly Q&A where you can ask me, hey, can you read my sales page? Does it make sense? Does the structure make sense? Can you look over my offers? I have questions to my funnels and how to create content. Can you roast my profile? Anything is possible because it's a live exchange. We are in the trenches together for a whole year. And we, of course, also have mindset training and guest expert speakers, because building a business is not just marketing. It's so much more. It's what's going on in your head, how to overcome imposter syndrome, how to keep you motivated, how to overcome procrastination. And I will bring powerhouse experts who will talk about mindset finances, podcasting, virality, people who are experts in those things that will help you get to the next level. And the framework that we are following, this proven roadmap that I mentioned, is my spotlight framework that I use with my one-on-one clients, Olympians, keynote speakers, top experts. We start by building your personal brand, understanding your audience and who you are, building your messaging. Then we build your irresistible offer. We understand pricing. Offer suit principle that many people don't know, and they miss out on so many revenue opportunities. We plan your signature offer. We plan all possible income streams so that you maximize your revenue. Then we build your online ecosystem. We take all simple systems that exist, automations, we put them in place so that your brain works even when you are not glued to your laptop all the time. Then we go into social media. We look very closely at LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the best platforms. We will be talking about it next week, how to do that on LinkedIn, how to do outreach, how to generate consistent client stream for your business, and how to create content as well, how to position yourself as an expert so your following grows, so your leads are coming in. And in the end, we will launch your offer. I'll tell you how to do a live launch. I'll give you the whole blueprint so you can implement it and you can have a quick revenue injection in your business, and you aim for the first 10, 30,000, whether from your first clients, from signature offer or a program that you're launching. But the best part is obviously the community. Like, we have awesome people here who are ambitious, who are serious about building their business and who want to build it together. We're kind of unhinged. Every meeting we have is a lot of fun. I'm also organizing a midway party in the summer. So if you want to like a cool community, fun people, this is definitely the place to be. This is not an online course. Like, there are plenty of recordings, but I hate online courses because you are usually motivated in the beginning and you never watch them till the end. And here you know exactly every step of the way for 12 months. And there are people who are doing it with you, who are going through the same thing with you at the same time. And so, for example, these are two ladies from Personal Brand University. They both started with zero knowledge of marketing. By the end, Claire formed her offer, started, and she posted over 100 posts in that short time on Instagram because she had the accountability to do it, because everyone was doing that. And I just said that she didn't know anything about marketing. She didn't like it, but now she actually feels like it's fun and she enjoys it because we made it simple, and we made it step by step, so it's not overwhelming. Now, before we go to the Q&A, I just want to tell you how much it costs. I know that in the beginning, the investment is the hardest part. When I was starting out, I wish I had a guide who would tell me, don't do this, do this. But I didn't have money to invest in those 5,000, 10,000 mastermind programs that are usually there for people like us. People like us are the ones who actually need the most guidance. So I made it super affordable, starting at €149 per month, plus the VAT, depending on your country. And if you pay for the full year, you get 2 months free and extra bonus momentum coaching one-on-one with me. And just for today and next webinar, will be smaller discount. This webinar just until Saturday. If you decide to join, you will get 10% with the early bird 10 discount code, and this is available only until Saturday. With every next webinar, the discount reduces, so next week will be just 5%, and in January there won't be any discount anymore at all. So if you decide to join, if you feel like you need the guidance, if you really want to build something real, then don't waste your chance. There will be a ton of bonuses, masterclasses when you're joining already right now. Even though we launch on 29th of January, you already have access to the whole resource library. You will have access to the 4-hour masterclasses on how to create content like in depth, like, because what I did here today was lightning speed. I usually hold a 2-day masterclass where I go through everything that I did for my dog's account step by step, so you see also how you can implement it for yourself. And also masterclass on lead generation with Meta Ads, how you can, for just 5 to 10 euros a day, bring in a constant stream of potential clients. So those bonuses you will get right away when you join. So, and you also don't have to like be afraid of anything. I have a 14-day money back guarantee. Even if you join right now with the early bird discount, the program starts on the 29th of January. And if you decide within 14 days, hey, this is not for me, this is not my energy or my people, you can step out, no questions asked. I will refund you the money. So join until Saturday, 12 a.m. If you want to use the 10% discount, you will get all of the recordings from previous year Personal Brand University, bonus masterclasses, founder starter kit. You will also access to the next masterclasses and also the free coaching week in January. And also in the end of December, we will meet everyone who has signed up and we will celebrate what's coming in the next year. All right. Now I'm going to give you the bonuses that I promised for today's lecture. So you can scan these QR codes. One will lead you to an Excel sheet with 10 expert hooks that are based on either one of those growth content types, either how-tos or contrarian beliefs or problem agitated solution kind of hooks. So you understand how you can also implement it for your own content in your own niche. And if you scan this QR code, it will bring you to a Notion mini course. This is where I basically share my step-by-step journey of how I created content and what I've learned through creating content for my dog and what you can do for yourself, how you can implement. And inside this Notion course, you will also have a link to optimized Instagram carousel templates. So you know all the elements that optimized carousel templates should have. And in the end, it has that call to action slide that where you can also sell your offer. So save these things, scan them. Okay, and now we are at the end and I managed exactly in that 1 hour. I'm very proud of myself. If you have any questions, now is your chance. Shoot, I am ready to answer.
Yeah, hi. Are you working also with people that have businesses in other languages other than English?
Do you mean my clients? So my clients, like one-on-one, I only speak German and English, but Personal Brand University is in English. Yeah, we have people from Finland, of course, from Austria and from different countries. So it's an international program because I feel like in Austria especially, but also in Europe, digital marketing is kind of behind than in countries like America, for example. So I want to bring it to the next level so that we also can build our brands in the right way.
Yeah, but my business is in Romanian. This is why I'm asking if people
right.
my posts and so on. You won't understand your team. So
that is a very good point. Yeah. So you'll definitely learn how to do that. And you would have to translate for me if you would want me to read through your posts or read through your sales pages.
Right, and Instagram translates automatically.
Yeah, exactly. There is already a button. So LinkedIn
Cool.
has the same button. Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm going to go through the questions in the chat. Can I exchange it my profile and make it expert? So if you have like a creator content type, like you don't need to exchange anything. Like those 5 types that I described are basically what you need to understand about different players that exist on Instagram. So you need to understand that you are an expert, so you can't use the same strategies that influencers use, but there is no button or anything that mean that you're an expert. How do I get the first social proof for my account? So that if you don't have anything right now, describe your transformation. Like if you are, for example, if you take Alessa's account, she was herself an unhappy, angry mom, and now she's calm and balanced. So she described that transformation that she went through. So if you don't have anything right now, describe your own journey. If you want to get social proof like testimonials, you don't have any clients and people are not yet willing to pay you, do beta testing. This is, for example, what we also go through in Personal Brand University, how you get beta testers, how you validate your offer, how you collect first testimonials so that others are actually paying you. So beta testers is somebody who you either do things for free or at a discount. Yeah, when I was starting out with my agency, I did a ton of websites for free. I did a ton of strategies for free because I just needed the testimonials and success stories so that I can start charging money. All three of these in the bio is too long. Yes, this is a challenge. You have to make sure that it is short enough. So don't write a novel, try to make it short. If what you're writing does not fit into the 150 characters that Instagram provides, go to ChatGPT and say, okay, shorten it so that it's clear, but still maintains the same idea. So yeah, the IG types that I mentioned, not a setting. No, this is just for you to understand what strategies you need to use. When it comes to categories, if I'm not an expert but have years of experience and skill, will it be an expert category or just brand business category? So if you're selling your service or if you're selling your knowledge, you are an expert brand, right? So there is no setting that you need to choose, just how you position yourself, what content you create. This is the difference. Can you talk please more about posting frequency for growing an account? Is once a week post too little if even it's consistent? If you want to grow, you have to post every day. I'm sorry, there is like no way around it, or at least 5 times per week. And if you don't do that, don't complain that you're not growing, because this is the requirement. And it's the same on every platform. This is the same on LinkedIn. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it for a year and burn out. You can say this, like you plan your 2026 and you say, okay, I'm going to optimize my account in January. And then from February to April, I'm going all in and produce only growth content, because now you know what's growth content. Now you know where you find ideas with viral potential. You go all in for 3 months. Then you see the difference. So like every student so far saw a difference, like all of the clients that show you today also saw the difference, even though they were starting with very small accounts. Yeah, if you're doing once a week, it's okay to stay kind of top of mind, stay present, but you will not grow. So Sylvia is asking, I manage both a personal Instagram page and a company page. I'm hesitant to share my professional expertise on my personal account because my audience there consists mostly of friends, not clients. Oh, I know that. At the same time, my company page is new and currently has little visibility. I am not sure how to proceed. Should I focus on building the company brand, or should I develop my personal brand and connect it to the company? Sylvia, excellent question. If anyone has the same question, I tell you now, applies to all of you. If you try to grow a company page, you will need so much advertising. Faceless company pages don't work. People don't trust company pages. I have posted an article on my LinkedIn where I talk about why all marketing is shifting to human first marketing, and even bigger corporate brands are marketing through their CEOs, through their founders, because people want real connections, they want people. So Sylvia, in your situation, and I was in your situation, so I had a choice either to start an account from scratch or turn my personal account into my expert account. my personal account consisted only of volleyball content and volleyball followers, because I played in the second Bundesliga here. All my life I played volleyball. So my algorithm was only volleyball. And the first year was so hard to actually train the algorithm to change from volleyball content and pushing me to volleyball people towards marketing. And now I'm so careful about not clicking on any volleyball posts, because otherwise I will be getting all volleyball content again. So it is tricky when you are making this switch. So, but I will always still go for your personal, professional account. So you can either change your business account into your expert account and keep your old account just as your like private lurking account where your friends are, and focus on growing your personal brand account if you want to switch your company into personal brand, or make that switch on your personal account. But whatever you do, personal brand will grow much faster than a company brand. How can I repair my profile and start getting views? Blagovesta asked me that, can you elaborate what repair means, what's broken? You can also speak up in with the microphone.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, it's a bit noisy here with the kids, but more or less my account till now was with personal content, and now I want to grow it like a professional one. But I don't want to start a new profile because I have actually I'm a yoga instructor, but in offline space, and now I want to build a brand online and to start online sessions, things like that. I have some following from people who trust me, but yes, I need more professional account, let's say, so that I attract new people. That's
exactly
what I mean. My audience are personal ones, more or less.
Yeah. So how you can repair it? What I did with my personal account when I was switching into the personal brand account, I archived all of my personal content, especially the one that was irrelevant to my business. Then I optimized it exactly how I showed you today. And then I started posting content that was relevant for my business, that was generating views among my target audience. That's what you can do. Okay, then Sarah is asking, you're welcome. Sarah is asking, can I be considered an expert even if I don't have a degree in my skill, just years of experience? Of course, you don't need a degree in, if you have experience, a track record, like if you have results, if you have case studies, then you are an expert. Maybe like you, so last week, shame that you missed last week webinar. Maybe I will repeat it again in January. We talk about positioning online, and I mentioned that there are 5 types of positioning for personal brands. It's an expert, a leader, a peer, a curator, and an investigator. And so an expert is somebody usually with a big track record, like years of experience, who is setting the trends in the industry, who is a thought leader in the industry, or like at least working to become one. They don't necessarily have years, like a degree. You know how many huge professional CEOs of huge companies, founders, don't have a degree in what they did in the end. So that should not scare you at all. And also last week we talked about the fact that so many people have the same degrees as us. So the thing that actually differentiates us is our track record, like our experience and journey, and our personal story. So definitely, like if you feel you're an expert, if you feel like you know what you're talking about, then you are. So Blagovesta is asking, is it a good strategy to mix one short reels with wow facts one reel with talking head content, one quote picture, and one carousel of 4 or 5 pics. I plan to start the strategy. I have one post per day. Also, how should I use stories? Okay, so first of all, one post per day, excellent. This is the first step to growing. Mixing different types of content. What I want everyone to do, and that what usually happens to people who have been on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn for some time, you will find your signature style. Something that is so recognizable that even if they take you out of that video, the style, the way how you do it, or if they take your name out of the carousel, the way how you brand and how you design it is so recognizably you that like this becomes your signature and style, and people come to you for the signature style. So for example, for my dog, like if you scroll through his post from last year, I was just posting how to trick tutorials, and people were coming in like crazy because and the followers were also watching it because they come to your account for the specific content type, and then when you find that specific signature content type, you just have to produce it more and more and more, because that's what people want to see. And I will not name now off the top of my head which accounts, but like there is one account, I don't remember what's the name. There's a guy who's just doing running. Like there is, okay, he's an influencer, but he's just doing stupid running and stupid costumes, and people are just watching that, and like the same signature content style all the time. You will find that, like if you are scrolling through bigger accounts now, you will see that usually you discover that signature style and you stick to it. So to answer your question, right now, since you don't know what works for you, you're gonna start, you can try these different formats. For me, what's important is that you do the strategy and the research, that you know that what you are, like the ideas that you're using in those formats are pre-validated and have the viral potential. Yeah. So in your short reel or reel with talking head, whatever you're talking about has the viral potential. Now, the format is the thing that you will discover for yourself, what resonates more with your audience, what is easier for you to produce without going insane, wasting hours. And then you will find that format and you will stick to that format. How you should use stories. I would recommend, like if you have full time, like just creating content, then actually stories is the place where you convert your audience. So like you produce content to bring in traffic, and you use stories to nurture your most active followers, because usually the ones who are very engaged with your brand are the ones who watch your stories. So you can nurture them, show behind the scenes, and try to convert them. But that's only if you have really like full time to do that. I would recommend you to focus the first few months on just trying to grow and understand how to create content that works for you. Alexander is asking, I want to reach 20-30-year-olds. How should it work with the expert positioning information? Should I write my name in my headline? And I would like to post memes too. Is this a good idea? So you should definitely have your name in the headline, because people want to know who you are and how to address you, like if they decide to text you. To reach specifically 20-30 years old, you need to start with analyzing your target audience, analyzing what they want to see, what they want to read and hear, and produce content that resonates with them. How should it work with the expert positioning? So if 20-30-year-olds is your target audience, who are your potential clients, you should still have an expert positioning, or at least a leader positioning, so that they trust you to give you their money, even though they're young. Like, I kind of still belong to that category. So for me, it would be still important that the person is an expert before I pay them, or at least looks trustworthy. You would like to post memes. Here, I would go back and really talk about your branding. Like, what is your brand personality? Is memes part of your brand personality? Do you mix like an expert, like are you like a knowledgeable expert who is also funny? Then go for it. Like, you just need to make sure that it's still relevant so that you don't end up attracting a ton of people from India or some other country. So it has to be relevant for your business, but if this reflects your personality, go for this. So Danica is asking, I have a company with a couple of sub-brands, all with a logo, sub-logo. Should I put my pic on their Instagram account profile picture? So should I go with the logos as till now? So you should have one account that is your personal brand account, have your photo there, information about you, and that should be like your main account, like umbrella brand, and you can have then sub brands. I have the same, like I have a sub brand of Personal Brand University. I have a networking event that also has a sub brand. I have my agency that also has its own brand. So like, but I am the umbrella above all of this. So definitely focus on your personal brand account and then keep the accounts of your other companies with their logos, because those are corporate companies, or basically maybe you're trying to make them. If you have a bunch of accounts with your photo, people will actually might think that those are some fake accounts of you. So I wouldn't have multiple accounts with the same profile picture. Annie, is it okay to start from the first post with CTA, for example, to lead them to the offer? Yes, Jennifer only posts like this from the very beginning, but her content is so valuable for her audience, because like in the very beginning, she addresses a very specific problem. Like she does the typical problem, agitate, solution, and call to action in the end. So she approaches the problem heads on, then she agitates people more, like what it means for them, and then she gives them specific strategies how they can solve that problem. And in the end, they say, if you want my help, get in touch with me. And it grew, it brought followers, and it brought clients right away. So if you feel like you don't want to do engagement CTAs, don't do them. Directly lead them to your offer. Sarah B is asking regarding faceless brands. Do people connect more with the brand with the face, or is it more the connection, stories, etc., that attracts them? Definitely people connect more with the brand. If you go to my LinkedIn account, I posted an article last month about statistics of personal branding, and those statistics are crazy. Like, it clearly shows that over 80% of people will not even consider a faceless brand. If there is an expert or like a founder in front of a corporate brand, or like a CEO in front of a corporate brand, there's so much more trust if there is a real person with the face. Yeah. So Sarah, how to choose trends that attract people in your continent? Well, definitely make like put an appropriate hook on those trends, so that like for experts, you can definitely jump on trends. I do that as well. But what I do is that while it's a trending music, or it's like one of those like trends that you have to do a certain thing in the video, I put a hook usually that is relevant for me and my audience, so they find it funny. So yeah, just don't do dancing trends without any hooks that can go weird places. All right. Any more questions? I'm so happy you have so many great questions. I really loved answering all of them. If you get any questions in the next days, you can contact me on Instagram, you can write me an email, you can write me on LinkedIn. I am very available, and I really love helping you guys. Yeah, join my next webinars. Like we talk LinkedIn, we talk You mean hooks that resonate with my audience or target audience? Yeah, when I say audience, I mean target audience. Like this is like synonym for me. Okay, so if there are no more questions, I thank you all, and I thank you for saying that it was super valuable. It means a lot to me because, yeah, I don't want you to go home more confused. I'm happy that you could take something home with you. Great, Elena, I'm very happy to hear that. Awesome. Do you have any more questions, wishes before we close? You're very welcome. Yeah, like I said, I'm hosting still a bunch of masterclasses, and Personal Brand University is open for signing up. We go in great depth into everything we discussed today and more. So if you want clarity and guidance next year and like a really cool group to do it with, so that you don't have to like go crazy doing it on your own, definitely join. Blaga Vesta, I'm going to screenshot your comment so that people see that this is a really valuable webinar. I'm really happy to hear that this is the best webinar you've attended. All right, are you ready? Then I see so many hearts. I don't even want to let you go. For a photographer, content creator just starting, the content should be only photos and reels. For a photographer, content creator who just started, my first question would be, who is your audience? Is your audience like people who will pay for your photography, or is your audience other photographers who you are teaching? So because there is really a difference on what you would be posting. For example, I know one photographer account, he became already a content creator and now he's teaching content creation, but he was an awesome photographer and he produced a ton of really funny photographer content. So he was making fun of like different funny situations that you find yourself in as a wedding photographer, like when somebody promises you food on the wedding and don't include it, and like people really resonated with it, and he was like really booked out for his weddings. Photos, definitely you want to show your work. I've seen a lot of photographers do like edited, unedited, so people see like that there is also like a lot of post-production work that you're doing and what difference it makes. Reels, you can definitely do reels, but I would need a strategy to see who is your target audience. Like, are you a wedding photographer? Are you a branding photographer? Are you more like commercial photographer? And then based on the target audience and the viral research, I would be able to tell you more what you should post, which formats. Yeah. Sonia is asking people that will pay for photography sessions, especially wedding and pregnancy. Yeah, definitely you have to demonstrate your work and then include some of like before, after, or cool things photographers can do. And for example, a friend of mine who is also now a client, what we did with her when we were doing her lead generation, we created a lead magnet where we showed different poses that you can do at your wedding photo shoot, and then we did advertising to that little PDF with different poses, and basically it was a genius thing because people saw the value. They definitely attracted those who are planning the wedding, who are planning a photo shoot, and they were thinking like, okay, what kind of photos can we do as a couple? And then that was also a perfect opportunity to showcase her photography so that those potential clients actually see her work, and in the end of the lead magnet there was a call to action that they can book her. So we ran ads locally in Upper Austria. It was so great, like she was booked out for that summer. So post some content, you can even post photos. I wouldn't expect much that she would grow with photos that fast, but run ads like that with a lead magnet. That will definitely bring a ton. Is the article regarding faceless in your LinkedIn? No, it's yeah, faceless of the article is just talking about brands and corporate brands and businesses versus personal brands and businesses, and it gives statistics of why you have to do human first marketing. Elena is asking another question. I have a YouTube guided meditation channel since 2021. I get people in live meditations, but I want more people. I have like 2-3 people per meditation. I'm really good at this. I'm a doctor. Awesome. I don't have a meditation teacher diploma yet. I want to change the name, guided meditations, to a more personal one. I also have a blog about spirituality that some people know with a different name. Can I unite them all under one name, which I have to change? The blog, the vlog, the social media? Is it wise to change the name people already know? So I wouldn't change the name of your YouTube account if it's already established. And especially your YouTube name, guided meditation, has the keyword in there that people are looking for. So that means that when they are looking for content on guided meditation, they don't just discover your content, they also discover your account. It's like when you are selecting a domain for your website, and I always have this discussion with my clients, do I go with my personal name or do I go with like a brand name that has a keyword in there? Because if you have a keyword in your domain, just like in your YouTube channel name, everything that comes underneath, like all the content, all the pages on the website, already have the keyword in the very beginning. So don't change that. Think about other experts. Like, for example, my favorite podcast is the Mindset Mentor, but the guy who runs that podcast is Rob Dial. He has Rob Dial as his handle on Instagram, but the podcast is called the Mindset Mentor because everyone who's looking for a mindset podcast will discover that. So this is very smart that you have guided meditations as the name of your YouTube channel. And what you should do is create a personal brand. So you seem to be like a very credible expert. You're a doctor, you're doing all this work, so you have a track record and experience. You need a personal brand, like your website, that unites all those things. Because also, if you go to Rob Dial page, you'll see, okay, he is a podcaster and an author. And then when you scroll through the website, you will discover his podcast, you will discover his book, you will discover all of his offers. So they are all under his personal brand umbrella. So this is definitely a strategy for you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Sarah, can you text me on Instagram or LinkedIn directly? I will send you the link, okay? So I'll send it to you. All right, let's finish for today. And I hope you learned a lot. Like, I saw your comments. I know you did. I hope to see you on other masterclasses. I hope to see you in Personal Brand University, actually. And I wish you a lot of success. I wish you also a lot of fun with your content. And I hope you see results and you enjoy it. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.